car was named Overlord in honor of my dad, who landed on D-Day in Normandy in World War II on the D-Day landings, June 6, 1944, which was codename Operation Overlord. He died 2 years ago, so we had this car built, my wife and I, in his honor. Operation Overlord, it's called the Overlord.
I'm John Wargo from the Custom Shop. This is actually our 1967 Chevelle. It's a pro-touring style car that we build in my shop in Flanagan, Illinois. The motor is a 416 cubic inch LQ9 motor with a D1X Pro charger. It's got a split intake manifold with dual throttle bodies. So the Pro Charger actually feeds an intercooler at the bottom, and then it splits out and comes around and feeds both throttle bodies on the top. The transmission is a TR6060 from a ZR1 Camaro. The front end of the car, we got rid of the dual headlights and actually went to a single headlight and Frenched the inside headlights inside behind the grille, so it gives the front end a totally different look. The bumper is completely modified with a chin spoiler with LEDs at the bottom, so it's got a daytime running light. Right in the bottom here is actually a fresh air intake, so that way the air from the, as you drive down the road, will force feed into the intercooler on the bottom. If you look in the hood, we've actually done a set of intake vents so that way it extracts the heat out from the engine compartment, and it just gives the hood a lot cooler look. And we added the stripes to go down the top of the car to give it a little bit more of a two-tone. So it's a charcoal gray with a blue stripe on the edge, and then this is pure white. And this is actually Eastwood paint, something that we've tried this year on this car. It's a base coat, clear coat, so it's pure white with a charcoal gray. And then the blue pinstripe. I actually beveled the edges of this blue stripe to give it a little bit more of a three-dimensional effect. So coming back here to the sides, you can see where we've actually tucked the bumpers and split the sides. So this bottom part here is actually part of the bumper instead of part of the fender, the way it used to be. Coming back here, we've added a set of door mirrors here that have a turn signal in them. And then it actually has a set of ground effects that's molded into the rocker. So the rocker panel is actually all steel that has been dropped down about 2 inches to hide the chassis. Underneath is a Roadster Shop chassis, which we kind of hated to hide that, but we wanted it to be a little bit sleeker look. So it's got Roadster Shop chassis, spec chassis with coil-over suspension, tubular upper and lower control arm, and a 4-link in the rear. It's got a pipes exhaust system underneath of it, all stainless steel, Hedman headers. The EFI is all run through Holley's Dominator, and it's got their Pro Dash on the inside, so it's got a 12-inch touchscreen on the inside. So the cool part about that is you can change any color, any gauge combination through the Holley system, which is really cool. In the dash, we've got Sony's new 9-inch touchscreen, which is a really cool head unit with a full audio system. The component system, so it's a tweeter, a 3 and a 6 in the door. And then it's got a set of 6-inch tweeters in the back and two 12-inch subs in the rear, running about 4,000 watts of power. Underneath, you can see we've got LEDs lighting up the bottom side. A set of core wheels that are custom made for this car with a brushed finish with a satin gray center. It's got Toyo tires on it. We've set it really low for the show. We'll obviously have to raise it up a little bit once we get out on the street and drive it, but we literally just got this car done a few days before the show. The upholstery is all custom, which we did in-house. It's got a floating center console that goes through the middle. The steering wheel is a Grant steering wheel. On the middle of the dash on the passenger side, I did a floating bar that's backlit with LEDs, which is kind of a neat custom trick. Coming to the back, you can see we've got a side exhaust that comes out here. It's got a custom rear diffuser. So the rear bumper has been tucked into the back side of the car. The back end has all the Sony audio system in the rear. So there's 3 amplifiers here. It's got a set of custom spoilers that we built for it. Clear lens taillights with LEDs on the inside. This car was built in about 12 months from start to finish. The custom shop, we do a lot of high-end custom cars like this. This is actually the 58th car we've had at SEMA, believe it or not, over 21 years. And we've been in business 31 years, so that's pretty good, I would say, for a little shop in Flanagan, Illinois.